Hello all you wonderful, beautiful, and craptastic people. CraptasticJack here in 600 subs. Well, right now it's at 650. 650. How in the bloody hell I got 50 subs in just a 2-week period is way beyond me. For a channel my size, that's amazing. But for someone like who's big, that's nothing. They'll get like 50 subs in a day. But 50 subs in a 2-week period for me is just amazing. And here's the Q&A I promised you guys, so yes, without further interruptions, let us begin. Alright, our first question comes in from Yusef Ladhai, one of my biggest fans, and one of my original-ist fans, one of my fans from a while back when I was like, maybe 100 subs, 100, like, I think this is the second year since, like, April. I remember him being a fan since April 2013. It's been almost 2 years. So Yusef, one of my biggest fans, and yeah. So Yusef, you're a really cool guy. So gave me 3 questions basically. Number 1 is, who are your 15 best friends? And to answer that simply is, I don't put all my friends in a list basically. I don't put them in like top 15 or anything. If you're my friend, you're my friend. There's no list, there's no anything with that. So I just have like a bunch of friends. There's way more than 15 that I can put in a list like that. But yes, I just have friends and stuff. Now, question 2 is, am I a fan of My Little Pony? Now, I did actually watch My Little Pony a while back. I was in that brony phase, maybe like a year or 2 ago. I was doing that kind of stuff. I was watching My Little Pony, but I don't really watch it anymore. I haven't watched it for a while, but I did used to watch it back in the past-ish, kind of. And what are my top 3 worst Need for Speed games ever? Now, I just need to think of it because I've put some list and it's pretty fragmented. But for number 3, I'd say from stuff I didn't like was probably Porsche Unleashed. Now I know that's gonna upset a lot of people, but I just didn't really enjoy it a lot. I know it's a simulator, but from what I've played, I just didn't like it much, and the fact that it's only Porsche is just, I know a lot of people like that game, but I personally don't. Number 2 is probably Need for Speed Pro Street, mainly because the versions I played don't work. Like on the PlayStation 2, the road would disappear, preventing me from actually winning the race, and on PC there's a glitch that doesn't allow you to proceed after you win a race or something, requiring you to restart the race. It's just a really glitchy game that they never seem to patch, and the handling is okay. I mean, it's alright, the sense of speed is good, but just all the glitches and bugs, it's a really buggy game, even more buggier than Rivals. And basically the fact that it was on track, and yeah, it had this atmosphere. The atmosphere is pretty cool, but overall, the rest of the game was just bleh. Like, the fact that you just got cars over the period. Like, I meant you could buy them, but it just felt like I was just, I just didn't like it much. I know a lot of people like it. I just personally don't. Personally, it was just bleh. And number 1, of course, is probably Undercover. Now, I've played a lot of Undercover. It's not as glitchy as Pro Street, but it's still pretty bad. I mean, I know lots of people like it for it being like one of the Generation 2 type Need for Speed games, but overall I just didn't really like it as much because the story was horrible. We can get that out of the way. The game wasn't even that fun. I mean, all the races were bloody easy. Too easy of a game. And then the cops came in, which were, for me, overly difficult. But the races were easy, blah 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 blah. The progression, the handling of the game is a bit odd, weird, and it was glitchy, but not as glitchy as the others, and it just didn't really have any of the charm that the older Need for Speed games had. It was starting to become the downfall. Like Pro Street and Undercover became the downfall. It just really was pretty bleh. I mean, it had good customization, but other than that, it didn't really have anything going for it. Too easy, handling was off and weird. Bad story. It's just everything that makes you not want to play Need for Speed, like play a game, it made it. So yes. But thank you so much, Yusef, for my comments, and I hope to see you soon as well in the comments section as well. And thank you so much for helping me grow my channel and being one of my first actual fans. Actually, you were probably my first like real fan that I've had for Need for Speed for my channel. So thank you so much, Yusef. All right, our next question is from Lasse, and he gave me 2 questions. So question 1 is 3 times 3x plus 4 equals 5x minus 6. What is x? Now, are you seriously trying to tell me that you want to give me a math question? I mean, math is just such a horrible experience, like something that nobody should ever be put through. Math is just horrible. It's an assault of the brain. It's an assault of like thinking. It's an assault. It's like physical assault. It's like me getting slapped in the face. Ow. Ow. Doing math is worse than that. So I'm gonna have to say x equals anxiety, stress, and slaps. Slaps, that's what x equals. X equals that. So, yeah. Alright, and question 2 is, do you think you'll ever stop scaring me and to start with a massive burp? Yeah, I don't. Let me think about that. Yeah, I don't think I will, sorry. Alright, our next question is from Kroger on controls, and he asked, do I like Total Biscuit? And then he asked, what is my upload speed? Now, first of all, thank you for being a good fan. Hey, I don't know how to put stuff into words. I'm sorry if stuff comes out wrong, but thank you for being a great fan of mine, and I enjoy you being in my comment section. That sounded a little weird, but yeah, you get what I mean. So yes, do I like Total Biscuit? Now, Total Biscuit's just one of those channels where I just go on and watch him if it's like a rainy day like right now, or if it's like, or basically if he uploads something interesting. I mean, I don't watch him like live it, like, really, I don't really watch him much, but if he uploads something interesting, or like, hey, I'm interested in this game, like, I'll watch him. He's okay. He's a pretty good guy, but he does come off as an elitist. So, ugh. And now, what is my upload speed? Now, my upload speed is 10 megabytes per second, basically. That's basically my upload speed. It's okay. It's not the best, but it is way better than what I had before when I was just on Wi-Fi. I mean, my main computer here is set up through hardwire. It's basically hardwired to my modem, so that means my download and upload speed are basically a lot better than what they were when they were just on Wi-Fi. But thank you so much for your questions, and I hope I answered them to the best of my ability. And thank you for being a great supporter of my channel. All right, next question is from Japan Drifter HD. And basically, he gave me 4 questions, sorry, for my Q&A. So basically, question number 1 is Poppies or KFC? Now, I've only been to KFC, but I think Poppies is a lot better. Popeyes is a lot better. I haven't been there though, so I can't really tell. So I'm gonna have to vouch for KFC. But fried chicken actually makes me queasy and sick, so I don't eat it much. I don't eat it at all. But KFC is probably a lot better. From what I've had, Popeyes I think is better though. Even though I just said KFC is probably better, I don't know what I'm talking about there. But KFC, I have to vouch because I've only been to KFC. Now number 2 is the Skyline R33 or the R34. I'm not really a big Skyline fan. I've said this before, but I have to vouch for the R34. It just looks better for me, at least. I just like it. I don't know. It's just 4 is a better word, a better letter than 3. I don't know what the difference between an R33 and an R34. I just pulled it up on Chrome. I just like that better than the R33. All right. I don't like Skylines. All right. All right. Now, question 3 is the Fiat Multipla or no car. Now, let me look this up. Fiat Multipla. Okay, what the hell is that? Yeah, I'd rather have no car. Actually, I would probably rather have a Fiat Multipla than no car, because then I'd actually have a car to get around and stuff. But that's probably not legal here, street legal here in the United States though. But whatever, I'll have that. I'll take that over having no car any day. But still, that is one ugly car. And question 4 is, am I sponsored by the Illuminati? If I told you, I'd have to kill you. Alright, our next question is from Journalist PN, and basically his question is, what if the Illuminati are good guys and are creating shitty GTA YouTube channels to prevent Justin Bieber from causing 9/11? What? I honestly don't know how to answer that. I'm sorry. Swag. Yeah, I'm going with swag. Alright, our next question is from Jake Lego Films, and he's asking, what if FaZe 420 no-scoped your PC? Well, it's alright because I am in FaZe, and they wouldn't do that to their own FaZe members' PC. I'm actually part of FaZe, Optic, and, what else? I'm also part of the, I don't know. I'm just part of Optic and FaZe, because they're all my bays. They all know I'm here. When they're fighting, I'm in there. I'm just going, yo, boys, come on. We can't fight like this. We should just settle this with a 1v1. They all love me. That's awesome. That's basically my relationship with FaZe and Optics. We're all bros in the real end, so, yeah. Alright, our next question is from Wolfie Hound, and his question is, what is your favorite non-racing game? By the way, good luck on 900 subs, been here since 0.3k subs, lol, well, basically that's 300. But thank you, Wolfie, for being such a great supporter of my channel, and you my bae, woo! Now, the question at hand is, what is my favorite non-racing game? Now, this one's actually pretty hard, because I actually play a lot of non-racing games, like Grand Theft Auto, Counter-Strike's Global Offensive. I play all these different games, but basically it would have to be SimCity 4, which is the only game it's my only 10 out of 10 game I've ever played. Just the possibilities you could do in SimCity 4 is because there's just so much stuff you could do, and if there's not, like, there's just so much diversity, especially with the mods. It makes you want to create everything you can. Just basically, you can create any type of town you want in a city, like small, big. Like, the possibilities are basically endless. And with the region play, you can create like giant regions and stuff, which is what I really love. But basically, SimCity 4, because of its vast variety, what the hell, that's not even a word. Majority of stuff you can do, variety of stuff you can do, create, and overall, it's just a perfect game, in my opinion. So thank you so much for your question, and I hopefully answered it to the best of my ability, so... Alright, our next question is from the mighty Plonker, one of my biggest fans out there, basically, kinda, aside from my actual ceiling fan, and yeah. He's my biggest fan, my ceiling fan. Oh, he's keeping me high. He's a real MVP, I'm just kidding. But basically, mighty Plonker's been a huge fan of mine, big supporter of mine for a long while now. And... yeah, he gave me 2 questions today. Number 1 is, what burping school do you go to? Now, I go to the prestigious University of Belching and Burping, located here in Allentown, Pennsylvania. And number 2 is, make me a sandwich, don't you dare deny me this time. Well, mate, you don't call them sandwiches here. Mate, asking me for a sandwich is like asking me for a roll. A bread roll, because here we don't call them sandwiches. Oh no, here we call them hoagies. And if you want me to make a sandwich, bitch, you're gonna have to call it a hoagie, mofo. So no sandwich for you, mofo. Ooh. Alright, our next question is from Urban Chaotic Daz, or just Urban Daz, a real good friend of mine, a really good supporter as well. And basically he gives me 3 questions. If you had to choose between big 3 racing games of last year, The Crew, Drive Club, or Forza Horizon 2, which one would you choose and why? And number 2, what would you say is your favorite supercar of the recent 5 years? And 3 is, what game are you most hyped for in 2015? Congrats on 600, this is only the start. And basically, this is just the start. But basically, for question 1, I'm torn between Drive Club and Forza Horizon 2, which is funny, because out of those 3 games, I don't own either Drive Club or Forza Horizon 2, I own The Crew. But I would choose 2 games that I haven't even played. Drive Club or Forza Horizon 2. I'd probably go with Forza Horizon 2, just because it's better than The Crew. And having played Forza Horizon 1, it's basically like Forza Horizon 1, which I love a lot. And Forza Horizon 2 just is probably that game, but better in a lot of ways. Forza Horizon 2 is just a lot more open and free than Drive Club. I mean, Drive Club has a lot of good stuff in it, with The Crew as well, but The Crew just does a lot of things wrong. But Forza Horizon 2 does a lot of things right, and despite the fact it doesn't have cops in, which I love a lot, running from the cops in racing games, I'd still choose Forza Horizon 2 because it has Drive Club and the Crew mixed into it with Drive Club's sense of speed and the Crew's open world and car collection stuff. It basically has all that, and it has the Integra, so can't go wrong there. Alright, question 2 is, what would you say is your favorite supercar of the recent 5 years? Now for this, I'd probably have to say the Lamborghini Aventador. Now, the Aventador just looks cool. That's basically all I could say, and it drives really good as well, especially in the racing games. I just like the sleek design it has, the edges and stuff. It's just overall really good supercar in my opinion of the recent 5 years. That's probably my favorite. And the final question from him is, what game are you most hyped for in 2015? Now, I am mad hype for Grand Theft Auto 5 PC, because basically all I have to say is one word and everyone will understand why. Modding. Mods for the game for GTA 5 for PC, and the fact that I'm going to be getting the actual real version of the game, like the next gen version. Because right now I have Grand Theft Auto 5, but I have the gimped version from last gen. But I'll finally be able to take hold of all the stuff that comes in the next gen version, all the new songs, the first person mode. I can't wait, and only like a week now we'll be getting it in our hands. 10 days. 10 days. Alright, our next set of questions are from Venomous Game, and he gave me 5 questions. And basically, I'm going to be answering them all down the row. So, question number 1 is, what is 9 plus 10? Now, again, math is evil. Math deserves to die. But 9 plus 10 equals 21 minus subtract 3 from 21 and you'll have your answer. Wait. No, sorry, subtract 2 from 21 and you'll have your answer. See how bad math is. Now, question 2 is, best open world game of all time. I'd have to say probably Grand Theft Auto 5, and that's open world-ish. Either that or Just Cause 2. There isn't much to do actually in Just Cause 2 with the open world, but it is huge. The Crew is good for open worldness, but it does get repetitive after a time. But I'd have to say Grand Theft Auto 5 because it gets everything right for an open world game. My favorite genre of music. Now, my favorite genre of music is probably it's a mix of, what I listen to mostly is just a mix of metal, heavy metal, alternative rock, grunge rock, like classic rock, psychedelic rock, stuff like that, usually in the rockish, metalish category. I don't listen to much of anything else, but I probably have to say overall is classic rock because just the vast variety of songs from the classic rock area. You have Mr. Domo Arigato, Mr. Repato, then you can go to the Zombies, the Beatles, I like them as well. Overall, just a really good selection of music for one genre. Probably be classic rock, and it's probably my favorite right now. My favorite movie, now this is kind of a tough one, but I probably have to go with the first Men in Black. Just the awesome, like, just the charm of that movie, how it can mix like a top secret government conspiracy thing and have like a lot of joking and stuff, and it just awesome. Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith do a great job in that movie, and overall it's just my favorite. Then they kind of messed it up with Men in Black 2, which was but then they came back with Men in Black 3, which is probably the funniest out of the series, but overall the best in the series is probably just Men in Black 1. And it is my favorite movie of all time, probably. And my favorite car is probably either the Acura Integra or the Dodge Challenger now. The Acura Integra I kind of grew up with because my dad had it, and the Challenger I just love for no reason. It's just one of those cars where I saw it, I'm like, oh my god, I'm going to like this car now. I'm going to love it now. Woo! And I love it, so yeah. But it's either the Acura Integra or the Dodge Challenger. Why'd I get super tired all of a sudden? I don't know why. But anyway, thank you Venomous Gaming for your questions, and I hope I answered them to the best of my abilities. And thank you for being a great supporter of my channel. Alright, our next question is from Mealink. And basically his question is, what are your opinions... my nose got stuffed there for no reason. What are your opinions on Nintendo, specifically the Wii U? Now, Nintendo, they're basically out of touch with the gaming community. Doing stuff like claiming YouTube videos and stuff, thinking it'll get them more money when, yeah. and failing on getting third-party stuff for the Wii U. Mainly, they're out of touch with gamers in the gaming community of today. But the Wii U is a great console, but overall, it just doesn't have games. I mean, it has a cargo ship load of great first-party games. I know that, and if you want a bunch of if you want to play Mario and stuff, that's the place to go. If you like that kind of stuff, then go ahead. It has a lot of great first-party games, but overall, it's just not as good as the Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Especially when it comes to third-party games like Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto, stuff like that. You won't find those on the Wii, which is kind of sad. Nintendo really needs to step up their game when it comes to that. Third-party games and stuff, and I feel as when they do step up their game, if they do, then they're gonna have a great time. They're gonna have a really good console in their hands, especially with their next console they're making. But the Wii U is just a bit of a failure, to be honest. But thank you for your question. I hope I answered it to the best of my ability. Thank you for being a great supporter of my channel. Alright, our next question comes from RX Speeder, another great fan of mine, another good supporter of my channel, and he asks, what do I recommend better for a vacation, Allentown, PA, or Antarctica? Now, basically, I'm gonna help you out with this because there's a lot of different stuff between Antarctica and Allentown. You see, as some people may tell you, I don't live in Antarctica. But however, here's how you choose, basically. Allentown has this, Antarctica has this. Allentown has this, Antarctica has this. Allentown has this, however, but then again, Antarctica has this as well, so choose your pick. Alright, our next question is from Zhendrix Calypso. Sorry if I said your name wrong, but basically he gave me 3 questions here. Now, question number 1 is, what is my favorite tuner car? Now, tuner car, I was going to say the Acura Integra, but then again, that's made in America. It's not really an import, but it is based off an import. But my favorite import tuner car would probably have to be either the Supra or Supra, whatever. Either the Supra or the what was it called? Shit, I forgot. The Honda NSX. That's it. The Acura NSX is based off it as well, but the Honda NSX just looks cool. It looks amazing. I love it. It's basically looks and stuff. I don't know how it handles this stuff, but overall, for looks wise, I love the NSX. And what was I gonna say? Yeah, the NSX basically. And question 2, what is the worst Need for Speed game based on my opinion? Now this is similar to Yusef's question, but my worst would probably have to be Undercover. Basically, it just gets so many things wrong, and it's just overall just a really bleh game. And question 3, how many copies of do you think NFS 2015 will sell? Now this one's kind of interesting because I honestly, it depends on what they do with the game. If they get things right and make an an underground game, then I feel it can sell more than 5 million copies. But if they do things wrong and don't give the fans what they want, then you're expecting sub 2 million. I mean, Rivals just got 3 million recently, but yeah, it was slow to get that, and honestly, I just feel that if they do things wrong and don't give what we want, then it's not gonna sell much. But if they give us Underground, then oh yeah, they're gonna be selling a lot more than 5 million copies, and that's what I think. But thank you so much for your comments, and thank you for being such a great supporter of my channel. Alright, our next question comes from Venom Legs, a Pennsylvania native like me. So, this guy's bae, because he's in Pennsylvania. If you're not in Pennsylvania, then you gotta get out. I'm kidding, don't get out. Please stay. Please stay. But Pennsylvania's just a wonderful state. I mean, I love it here. But his question from Venom Legs is, can you set a duck on fire with nachos? I need to know. Now, yeah, you're from Pennsylvania, mate, so you don't need nachos. Just go out into the woods, get some sticks, and just find a duck, lead it with sticks to the area with your sticks, and start making fire with sticks, and then set the duck on fire. be sure not to set the entire forest on fire, because the forest rangers get really iffy with that. They get all pissy and shit when you try to do that. But anyway, guys, thank you so much, Venom Legs, for being such a great supporter of my channel and for being a Pennsylvania native. Woo! Pennsylvania, best state in the world. Pennsylvania. Alright, our final question comes from Chip NFS, and he gave me 5 questions, so yes, without further interruption, wait, why am I doing the intro to it? I don't know. Let's just go on with the first question. What do you recommend me to get first? GTA 5 for PC, or wait, even more, to get NFS 2015? Now, if you haven't gotten GTA 5 at all yet, if you haven't played it yet, then go straight ahead and get GTA PC. Actually, I'd recommend getting it and then just wait, because you have all the time in the world to save up money for Need for Speed 2015, but Grand Theft Auto 5 comes out for PC, comes out soon, so I just recommend getting that right now. And then save up for NFS 2015. What is my favorite exotic car of all time? That would probably have to be the Lamborghini Murcielago. I just like that car. Like, again, purely on looks, it just looks amazing. I don't know how it handles, how it blah blah blah. I just got that from video games, but still, I just like that car. I just like driving it. It just feels so awesome. Now, what is my favorite muscle car of all time? This one's a little trickier, but I have to say the Dodge Challenger. The newer ones as well, because they just look so awesome, and in video games, if you get it right, you can usually use it to dominate other people. Like in The Crew, you can use it to dominate a lot of people as well. And what is my favorite tuner car of all time? This one's tricky because I'm not really a big fan of tuners, but I probably the NSX-ish. Yeah, I'll go with that, because the Honda NSX, it just looks, again, purely on looks, it just looks amazing, and I'd love to drive that one day. And me not being a big fan of other tuners, that's, yeah. And will I do more Q&As or only ones for sub milestones? Now, I don't really like doing Q&As. Like, if you have a question, you can just answer it in the like comments. I'll usually answer it right there, but I don't know, sometimes I just feel like to get it all into one video and stuff, it just feels like a little bit better, in a sense, or something, just to like have everyone's come together and just answer in one big video. I might do more in the future, not just for sub milestones, but for sub milestones I want to do other types of specials as well. I just don't want to do Q&As, because I've really only done Q&As, but I also want to do more. But if you have a question for me, you can just answer it and ask it in the questions. I'll most likely answer it. Anyway, just ask me on Twitter, anywhere. My front door is, my mailbox is open like 24/7. Not when I'm sleeping though, but but yeah, it's open, and I'll usually answer all my questions and stuff. So, but I probably will do more Q&As in the future, but not just for sub milestones. But thank you, Chip, for your questions, and yeah, that's basically all the questions we had today. And yeah. Anyway, guys, those are all the questions we got in this Q&A. Thank you guys so much for asking me all your questions and allowing me to answer them. Hopefully I answered them all to the best of my ability. And thank you all so much for being great supporters of my channel. As I said before, I'm not really great with words, especially when I'm unscripted like now. But honestly, guys, I just cannot thank you guys enough with helping me grow my channel, being great supporters of my channel. And I just hope, and we will, I'm not just hoping, I know we will get to 1,000, and we're pretty close. Right now, we're actually at 655 last time I checked. I've been making this Q&A over the span of a couple days, but right now, like, we're going at a tremendous place. The Craptastic crew is just growing at a tremendous rate, and I know we will get there one day. But hopefully, that will be soon. Anyway, guys, that's all for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Have a good one. And by the way, 700 sub might be coming. 700 sub special might be coming up, like, soon, if we keep growing at this rate that we are right now. Guys, that's all for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Have a good one.